into the overlays and all that. But for now, let's go ahead and introduce who we are going to be going up and watching. We're actually spawning directly on top of Lucifron, who is the green Terran in the bottom left. Lucifron has got I know he's got to be on some top team. I'm kind of blanking on what that is. He's on Carrot 3. If you know what the team tag is for that, I'll stick into the overlay and all that. But his opponent is going to be Botvinnik, who's going to be the other Terran player. We are playing on TSL 4 Cloud Kingdom, and we're going to be getting into this right away. I mean, it was literally just a message to Lucifron, and then 2 minutes later, hey, we're about to start. I'm like, cool, invite, and now we're in. So if you guys would be so kind as to go to zanderfever.tv/vote, I would love that, so we can get some nice large numbers in here that are hopefully close to 50. Which I know is not that large, but I love it when it's 52.5% and 47.5% for each player respectively, and it gets to be a lot of fun because then no one knows what's going to happen because everybody's like, I want my guy to win, I want the other guy to win, I think he'll win, I think the other guy will win, and it leads to just a little bit more suspense in my eyes. I think it's just a lot of fun, but I'm also crazy and weird, so that could have something to deal with that. Alright, so let's note the fact that there's no refineries being built except by Lucifron as of right now, but it's still after the barracks. That's all the time I was looking for. Because when you see a refinery built before a barracks, it leads to the super fast factory, the super fast tech, and that really quick tech means you can get into some really weird, quick Hellion play, quick siege tech, because I've literally seen the fastest siege tank possible rush, and it leads to a really tight timing where you can actually engage your opponent with siege mode and you get down to Viking very quickly, and if you can get the right siege shots off, it leads to actually a pretty nice victory, but we're not seeing that in this game. I just think it's a fun strategy to go ahead and take note of. But right now, with the gas only being taken by Lucifron, it looks like Botvinnik is going to be going for a changed my screen. Oh no, did I forget to do that? No, I was so good about not doing that last time. I'm so sorry, guys. I was doing so well. I did all the other qualifiers without having that happen. No. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Alright, well, we're going to be getting into this game now that you can actually see. Alright, so we have Botvinnik. He's got his command center down, so he did go for the gases expansion. All that cool stuff I was talking about with the things before. I don't know if I'm going to keep that into the YouTube VODs or all that stuff, but I don't know, maybe I will, because I feel like I was saying some good stuff, but maybe I'll start a little bit later on. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I can't believe I did that. I'm shaking my head at myself. Well, you got to see my observing face for the game. I mean, I guess that means something. I haven't shown my face during a cast in a while, but, well, you know what? Let's stop going over that. What did you guys say for the voting right now? It looks like Lucifron is the clear favorite in the moment, so that's pretty nice. So does anybody... Oh, also, J2, thank you very much for actually saying the voting, a link in there. I definitely appreciate that. But let's look at the build orders again, because now that we've stopped obsessing with the fact that I made a mistake, or at least I've been obsessing with the fact that I made a mistake, we have a tech lab on the factory. The timings actually might not necessarily be for Cloak Banshees or Banshees, but it looks like it will be for Banshees. I do know that Lucifron is a fan of the Banshee opener. It seems that the 2 or 3 times that I've actually been able to go to his stream, it's been TVT, and he's done a Banshee opener. I don't know if that's his typical, or that's just me getting the luck of the draw with those casts and all that. What am I talking about? Casts, those streams and all that. But it seems that he really enjoys the Banshee TVT opener. It does give you a lot of opportunity to deal damage, and when you practice it a lot, you can keep those Banshees alive forever. But we are seeing it getting scouted right now. He actually may choose to cancel this cloak. Oh, he cancels the tech lab on the factory now? That's interesting. Or is that a reactor? It might have been I don't know if it was a tech lab or a reactor, but it was some kind of add-on. I didn't quite see the gas and everything down there, so I couldn't quite tell, because that's how you tell the difference, because as you can see, reactor 50 gas and tech lab 25 gas. So if you can see the amount of gas that's been canceled, it lets you know what the add-on was. But it looks like he is actually going to continue with the cloak, and actually Botvinnik is... Okay, there we go. He is getting a missile turret inside his main in the mineral line, but his natural... Okay, there we go. He's just building it after the one in his main went down. So that explains that viewing difference. But he is going for a fair amount of Marines. His stim is not being started yet. He's going for combat shield first, which will allow him to die, the Marines to die in 3 shots instead of 2 shots from the Banshees, which is incredibly important in terms of defense, and sometimes that can actually be more important than having Stim, because even though Stim will allow you to attack quicker and everything, if your opponent can pull the Banshees back, the Stim is just another 10 damage, and that 10 damage will end up being super important, because if you can bait Stims, that'd be really, really bad. As you can see right now, Stim would have been useful for defending this Banshee. However, it does manage to escape 2 kills. Looks like they were just more kills. Oh, don't run into the missile. Oh, 8 health. That Banshee is being forced to retreat. Wow. So Botvinnik has managed to not take too much damage so far. That was really, really bad. Alright, so running around here, it looks like the 3rd gas is now being taken by Botvinnik, and this by Botvinnik is really showing that he really wants to stick with the Marines and everything. He's going for his Stim now, his combat shield, or this is actually Lucifron going for Stim, but Stim's being done by both players, so both players will be probably going fairly heavy in terms of the Marines, which is perfectly standard for TVT. You go a lot of Marine, Tank, Viking, that kind of stuff. Looks like Lucifron is still trying to be aggressive with the Banshee, but not much is really being accomplished. He's actually going to run straight in while the scan is still alive, but there we go. It's going to move in. He's got to be really careful. There's another turret down here that's giving vision, but Lucifron's an amazing job of dealing with the Marine count, but he's got to retreat actually. He's only 2 health, 2 mana left, and he's going to die. That is a dead Banshee. Oh, Lucifron did not look at that energy, and so that energy is actually making it die to nothing. Well, we should be seeing some medevacs now being produced by Botvinnik, and he may actually want to go for some drops, do some harassment. Lucifron went for a techie build. His army is a little bit delayed now because of that, and Lucifron not being able to do too much damage with his medevac, with his Banshees, actually leaves the opportunity for Botvinnik to use a medevac drop and get into the main base of Lucifron and do some damage right in here, as there's not much in terms of vision or anti-air. It's not like Lucifron has actually thrown down a few turrets here just for this inevitability of drop play, but Botvinnik may just want to go for an attack in the front as well, because Lucifron doesn't have siege mode quite yet. It's almost done. It'll be basically done in time for a push, but if Botvinnik can spread his Marines, he will have combat shield, he will have Stim. Lucifron has no combat shield, but he'll have Stim as well, but when you have combat shield and Stim versus just Stim, the combat shield gives that extra 10 health across the board. That is instrumental in winning those direct Marine engagements, plus the aid of 2 medevacs, and Botvinnik has an opportunity to go for a very powerful bust, as Lucifron just lost so much gas and time and everything because of the Banshee harass that did not do really any economic damage. I mean, look at that, literally 0 economic damage. We are going to have a 7 Marine drop apparently, but Lucifron has now chosen to throw down those missile turrets to defend against those drops. He's going to need to siege up. He does get the siege mode, and with that we're going to see probably a Stim from Botvinnik. Will he spread? Looks like he may not want to engage because he's highly doubtful he'll actually win that engagement, but he's going to take out that missile turret and now go for a big double drop. Lucifron is not in position for this. As we're watching, Botvinnik is streaming forward. All of these Marines are now dropping down there. He's going to Stim the guys at the front, and we see Lucifron will siege up a single tank. Both tanks are now being forced to siege up as this drop is happening down here. Lucifron is got his Marine Stim. He actually picks off the full medevac. He picks off the full medevac. Very nice hold by his Lucifron. That could have gone so much worse than that actually did. Well done by him. But a 3rd base is going down by Botvinnik, and this 3rd base could be really, really good. He's buying time there, and he's still ahead in the food count. But if we take a look at the respective siege tanks, Lucifron does have a lead by 1, and even a slight lead in terms of the Marines, but this SCV count is massively different. Lucifron will manage to actually scout this base over here, so that'll be nice. His Marine could actually theoretically even take out 1 SCV probably before it's going to go down. There we see the Stim, and we see SCV transfer. Is it going to get that one? Nope. We got a couple Stim Marines there to help from Botvinnik. But it looks like, oh, Lucifron's got an opportunity to pick off another medevac. That's actually a really big pick off. Nicely done. That medevac count has now been diminished even more by Botvinnik to the point of 0. So Lucifron now's got a medevac lead, and that's really, really important. But we do have Reactor Starport versus, well, Reactor Starport is actually only building 1 medevac, so that's basically a naked starport at the moment. But looks like Lucifron is going to start trying to push up. He does have a little bit of an army lead, but it's minuscule. It is a single Marine, but he is getting a few nice shots out with the siege tanks, forces the scan down here. But Lucifron has got the siege tank lead in terms of that shots down there. Only one of his was taken out, but that's actually a pretty significant thing. Botvinnik can go ahead and just spread his siege tanks a little bit more. This is a very hard spot to actually push up by Lucifron. These tanks are kind of forcing these Marines to stay back, because if these Marines move forward, they're just going to die to 4 collective splash shots. Theoretically, Lucifron could move up with a couple Marines at first to soak up a shot or two, and then bring his entire army in, but that is so difficult to pull off. Alright, but Botvinnik's upgrades are looking to be quite solid, actually. He's got his 1-1 now complete. We can see he's getting his 2-2 as well as his +1 for the siege tanks, and Lucifron is doing the exact same thing. Both players' upgrades are looking to be incredibly solid, and upgrades are so important in TVT. When you have those Marine engagements, when you have those very large count of small units, a single upgrade can turn the tide so ridiculously and make a battle that should be even or even in favor of the other person completely one-sided. If you've ever seen a 2-2 Marine attack against a 1-1 Marine attack when the 1-1 guys have stronger counts, it is so in favor of the 2-2. It's ridiculous. But now we're watching them engage. We're seeing they're attacking right now. We've got Lucifron hitting the back. He's got a siege tank spread. He's going to push forward. He gets the big spread of Marines and just gets the bigger concave and everything. Now he's going to stem and take down another medevac. The medevac sniping of Lucifron in this game has been absolutely impeccable. And Botvinnik is pulling back. And actually, wait, you know what? You just saw the 2-2 upgrade lead for Lucifron. That's what turned that battle so one-sided. Oh, I wish I had done that on purpose with that speech before, because then I would have seemed like such an intelligent person. Oh, the dreams of me trying to seem smart. Okay, so now we're going to have this command center getting canceled just in time. Really well done there. Botvinnik has his 2-1 now finished, but he's going to get sieged up. Nicely done. Lucifron actually managed to bait all the Marines to come back into the range of his siege tank. So nice bait by Lucifron. He may be able to spread his Marines and push in again, but it's really, he's got to be careful about that. These only 2 tanks and 2 Marines are really not going to be the best in terms of this defense, but they are going to try and move in and bait those units back, but it looks like Botvinnik may be forced to abandon his 3rd base. Yeah, there's the liftoff and the lift down. I guess I should say the landing is probably more correct than saying the lift down, because that's a complete oxymoron. But speaking of that, Lucifron is getting a 4th base, which is just completely ridiculous, because he's going to be got so much pressure in the front right now. He could really just take out the 3rd base. Botvinnik's not repairing. These SCVs aren't on auto repair. He's going to lose the orbital. Oh, Botvinnik, that's really bad. Now Lucifron's going to target down the tanks. He's going to be able to kill off so many SCVs. But Botvinnik has got a big army in the back, going to push in, try and do a bust. He's got the SCVs to engage with and help his attack, but now he's behind. Actually, no, he's still ahead in the SCV count, as he's actually going to continue engaging, and he's going to successfully bust. Really nice patience by him, but look at the food counts. Lucifron has got 20 additional Marines. Luckily, though, Botvinnik has got his 2-2, but I mean, Lucifron, his upgrades. He's getting his 3-3 right now. Botvinnik, where are your E-bays? Here are your E-bays. Oh, no, he's not getting his +3 armor, but we're going to see a possible another engagement. These siege tanks from Botvinnik are going to get some amazing shots off, as they are going to continue engaging Lucifron and getting some very nice shots off. And that's a really important thing for Botvinnik right now, because if you look at the army supplies, it is definitely in favor of Lucifron to a significant degree. I mean, 14 right now. Luckily, it's TVT, and you can win battles with the bad army as long as you get the better positioning and the siege tank siege up times and all that. But it looks like Lucifron may go ahead and start attacking down there, but he's got a planetary fortress and a ton of Marines over here with a 4th base mining successfully, and Botvinnik is trying to remake his base. But he's got another command center down there, and Lucifron did just see it. He could take down 2 command centers for basically nothing right now. Botvinnik does not get the cancellation off, so Lucifron is stimming for it. His stim is now actually no longer there, but he's got enough forces it will not matter. But this planetary fortress is now getting hit. The siege tank gets some shots off, but GG gets called by Botvinnik. well played, and I have to agree with him. That was a very well done TVT by Lucifron. Even though his Banshees did not do that much damage, he was still able to come back. His economy was always behind, but his upgrades and his army were always better. So even though he was behind economy, his army management, his positioning for those attacks managed to be incredibly effective, and he really did an amazing job of winning the positioning war. The times that he attacked were very well done, and Botvinnik did an amazing job. His economy was quite strong, but that was his only lead. So in the end, he does get overrun by Lucifron, but very well done. We're going to continue moving on in this TSL4 qualifier.
Replay saved.